Good evening. This is going to be an unpackaging video for the DC deck building game Rivals, Green Lantern vs. Sinestro. Let's see what it says on the back. Standalone DC deck building game duel between the light of willpower and the domination of fear. Plays Green Lantern or Sinestro. Introduces construct cards that power up your oversized characters and more. Expands the confrontation rules found in the DC deck building game Rivals Batman vs. Joker and confrontation games. Right, let's open it up. I saw this available yesterday at Games of Berkeley, but wasn't able to purchase it, and went to my local game store, which is much closer, and they had it there, so I picked it up. And my local bookstore called Half Price Books just started their quarterly coupon event. So starting at the beginning of the week, things are 20% off, and they go from 30, 40 to 50% at the end of the week. So I'm hoping to get maybe a game or two there, or some graphic novels. Alright, let's open this up. Instructions. Let's see, character and starting deck. Overview, oversized character card, main deck. Alright, pretty standard. End of game. Kind of excited by the construct cards. Right, so these are probably going to be the punch cards and vulnerability cards. Alright, we'll use the blade. I always get a little nervous using packages like this. There we go. Right, so this is what the punch card looks like. I forgot about that. So each character has their own punch cards, Sinestro and Green Lantern. And it almost looks like these two fit together. Yeah, they do. Look at that. That's kind of nice. And here's the vulnerability card for Green Lantern. And the vulnerability card for Sinestro. And these are the hard light constructs. And here are the weakness cards. Those are all the same. And we have the Rivals randomizer card. That's nice. Alright. Here are the main deck cards. I want to be able to peel this open by hand. Doesn't look like it. A lot of holiday type events coming up that I'm going to have to cover for my job. Ice skating rinks opening and charity fundraisers and things like that. As mentioned previously, Keyforge is listed as being available for order at Amazon on the 15th. I'm not sure when retail's getting it, but I do have it pre-ordered. I'm very excited about that. Right, so let's do these by type. These are the equipment cards. So we have the power ring, naturally. 2 power rings. Sinestro core power rings. Book of Parallax. Green Lantern power battery, 2 of those. Sinestro power battery. And Interceptor. Next we have the heroes. Oh nice, got a whole bunch. We have Salak, Brother Wath, Iolande. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce this. Bedog, I'm not sure. Bodica. Chassilon. Two six. Tamar 2. Aracia. Carol Ferris. Kilowog. Guy Gardner. Kyle Rayner. Saint Walker. I really liked that Green Lantern cartoon they had for a while there. It was like computer animated too, CGI or whatever. It was really well written, I thought. John Stewart. Ganthet and Seo. Too bad they didn't do more episodes. And I guess Teen Titans is the next DC animated series to be released. Okay, those are alright, I see. I got a little confused, sorry. So these are the location cards. We have Mogo. That's cool. Mogo could either be a hero or a location. I mean, that's not what it says on the card, but that was my hypothesis or whatever, because he is part of the Lantern Corps. He's also a planet. This is New Koragar. This is Da. And Ranks. Wasn't there a character in heavy metal called Ranks for a while? Or Ranxerox, but called him Ranks for short. I wish I knew more about that character. Okay, these are superpowers. Okay, we have a Construct Train. 2 of those. Construct Slam. Construct Beast. Construct Shields. Construct Missiles. Construct Jet. Fear. And Willpower. So those were the superpower cards. These are the villain cards. Quite a lot of them too. Wow. More villains than heroes maybe. No, they look about equal. There are a lot of heroes. Despotelis. Tri-Eye. Marsh. Manhunter Army. Carousel. 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 Ramat-Ru. Crib. Crab. Not sure. I like curb. Crib sounds like someplace you put a baby. Slush. Nax. Regan Kale. Bedovian. He's got a sniper construct. Lyssadrak. Almost said Drax. Much different Guardians, yeah. Becca. Maybe Pekka. Pekka sounds too human. Soranik Natu. Akelo. I know some of these names and characters because I bought a bunch of the Warlight Dice Master dice. Another game I never get to play. And Parallax. Okay, finally it looks like we have the divider card and the character cards up here. Scared myself a little bit because when I first saw this randomizer card, I was thinking it was the divider card and it was the cardboard stock. And I was upset that it wasn't this really nice plastic for the dividers here. Double-sided, both on the same side. Nice hard plastic. I also saw a gigantic big box for the Sentinels of the Multiverse game that's really quite brilliant. It has a bunch of slide-out sleeves in it. All the sleeves are super printed inside and out with what's supposed to be put in there, and there's graphics on it and everything. It's quite brilliant. Okay, we got the 9-point Sinestro. Once during each of your turns, if you control a villain and a construct, attack. Each foe discards a card. If one or more foe discards a card with cost 0 this way, +1 power. Sinestro, +1 power. Each attack you play, the first time, +1 power for each attack you play. The first time one or more foes fail to avoid an attack during each of your turns, draw a card. Confrontation, Sinestro. Confrontation, +1 power for each villain you play. Each time that foe fails to avoid an attack, draw a card. Okay, 9-pointer Green Lantern. Once during each of your turns, if you control a hero and a construct, you may destroy a card in your hand. Green Lantern. Once during each of your turns, if you control a hero and a construct, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Green Lantern. Confrontation. Each time you play a hero, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a construct or defense, draw it. Otherwise, you may discard a card. Or otherwise, you may discard it. Alright, there's some wording on here that kind of makes it sound like multiple foes. As far as I can tell, this is a 2-player game, so I don't know why they would say that. Probably I'm just being nitpicky or something, but I get confused really easily. Either way, I'm quite pleased with this. I'm really enjoying what I see in the DC universe and everything that comes from Cryptozoic. Without a doubt, one of my favorite game publishers. I forgot to mention, I my next video, if not for the Keyforge game, is going to be for something I won from the Court of the Dead people, or the sideshow people that do Court of the Dead. They had a brief little thing over the Halloween season where they asked you to create a Halloween memory, or how would you create a Halloween memory to make it special for someone via Twitter. So a lot of people did things that were quite selfish, really. They're just like, oh, I would go to do this, or, you know, whatever, blah, blah, me. And my response was, I would like to read a book, spooky stories, of either Coraline by Neil Gaiman or Ray Bradbury's Halloween Tree to a bunch of children, like in a library. And in the background, I'd have spooky sounds playing something, and then after the tale is over, I'd pass out candy. And that got me something called the Grave Tenders Prize Package, and it looks like it comes with some pretty neat stuff. So when I get that in, I'll be doing a unboxing, as it were. Once more, DC deck building game rivals, Green Lantern versus Sinestro. Thanks a lot.